The shipping forecast issued by the Met Office on behalf of the Maritime Coast Guard Agency on Thursday the 15th of August 2024. There are warnings of gales in Rockall, Hebrides, Bailey, Fair Isle, Faroes and South East Iceland. The general synopsis at 1800. Low 600 miles west of Seoul 1004, moving rapidly northeastwards, losing its identity by 1800 hours, Thursday. Low southwest of Iceland 978, expected Iceland 977 by same time. The area forecasts for the next 24 hours. Viking, north at Sira, south at Sira. Southerly or southwesterly 4 to 6, veering westerly or northwesterly 3 to 5 later. Moderate, becoming moderate or rough, except in south at Sira. Occasional rain, moderate or good, occasionally poor. 40s, Cromarty, Forth, Tyne, Dogger. Southerly or southwesterly 4 to 6, veering westerly or northwesterly 3 to 5 and later in Dogger. Smooth or slight at first in Tyne, otherwise slight or moderate. Occasional rain, fair later, good, occasionally poor until later. Fisher, German Bight. Variable 2 to 4, becoming southwest 4 to 6, smooth or slight, becoming slight or moderate later. Showers, thundery at first, rain later, good, occasionally poor. Humber, Thames. Variable 2 to 4, becoming southwest 4 to 6, smooth or slight, becoming slight or moderate later. Occasional rain later, good, occasionally poor later. Dover, White. West or southwest 3 or 4, increasing 5 or 6, smooth or slight, becoming slight or moderate, mainly fair, occasional rain later. Good, occasionally moderate later. Portland, Plymouth, North Biscay. West or northwest 3 to 5, backing southwesterly 5 to 6. Slight or moderate, showers, then drizzle later. Good, occasionally poor later. South Biscay. Northwesterly 3 to 5, becoming variable 3 or 4, slight or moderate, fair, good. Trafalgar, southeast Fitzroy. Northerly 4 to 6, moderate or rough, fair, good. Northwest Fitzroy, Seoul. Southwesterly, becoming cyclonic later 4 to 6, moderate or rough, occasional rain, fog patches, moderate or good, occasionally very poor. Lundy, Fastnet, Irish Sea. Southwest 4 to 6, veering northwest 3 to 5 later, slight or moderate, becoming moderate or rough except in Irish Sea, occasional rain, good, occasionally poor. Shannon. Southwest, veering northwest 4 to 6, increasing 7 for a time. Moderate or rough, rain, then fair, good, occasionally poor at first. Rockall. West or southwest 5 to 7, occasionally gale 8. Rough or very rough, rain at first, good, occasionally poor at first. Malin. West or southwest 4 to 6, mainly rough, rain at first, good, occasionally poor at first. Hebrides, Bailey. Southwest 5 to 7, occasionally gale 8, rough or very rough, rain, then showers, moderate or good. Fair Isle. South, veering southwest 5 to 7, occasionally gale 8, rough or very rough, but moderate or rough in east. Occasional rain, good, occasionally poor. Faroes, southeast Iceland. Cyclonic 4 to 6, occasionally gale 8, becoming southwesterly later. Rough or very rough, rain then showers, moderate or good, occasionally poor at first in Faroes. The inshore waters forecast and strong winds. General situation. A strengthening south to southwesterly airflow will develop across the United Kingdom during the next 24 hours, with an active Atlantic frontal system bringing a spell of heavy rain and strong winds to northern and western waters. There may be gales for a time on Wednesday night in the far northwest of Scotland. Cape Wrath to Rattery Head, including Orkney, strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. South or southeast 3 to 5, veering south or southwest 4 to 6, then west or southwest 3 to 5 later. Smooth or slight in Moray 5th, and moderate or rough to the west and north of Orkney, but elsewhere slight or moderate. Fair, then rain, then showers later, good becoming moderate or poor for a time. Outlook for the following 24 hours. West 3 to 5, backing southwest 4 to 6, occasionally 7 near Cape Wrath. Moderate or rough, becoming rough or very rough later to the west and north of Orkney, and smooth or slight in Moray 5th, but everywhere slight or moderate. Showers, good, occasionally moderate later in north. Rattery Head to Berwick upon Tweed, strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. South or southwest 4 to 6, veering west 3 to 5 later. Slight or moderate. Fair, then rain at times, becoming fair later. Good, occasionally poor until later. Outlook for the following 24 hours. West or southwest 3 to 5, backing south or southwest 4 to 6. Slight or moderate, becoming smooth or slight in south. Mainly fair, good. Berwick upon Tweed to Whitby, strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. Southwest 3 to 5, backing south 4 to 6, veering west or northeast 3 to 5 later. Smooth or slight, becoming slight or moderate later. Fair, then rain at times, becoming fair later. Good, occasionally moderate. The outlook for the following 24 hours. Northwest backing southwest 3 to 5, smooth or slight, moderate or good, good. Whitby to Gibraltar Point, strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. Southwesterly 4 or 5, occasionally 6, veering northwesterly 4 to 6 later in north. Smooth or slight, rain at times, good, occasionally moderate. Outlook for the following 24 hours. Westerly or northwesterly 3 to 5, but southwesterly at first in south, becoming variable 2 to 4 later. Slight, occasionally smooth, occasional rain at first, fair, good, occasionally moderate at first. Gibraltar Point to North Foreland, strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. Variable 2 to 4, becoming southwesterly 3 or 4, then increasing 4 to 6. Smooth or slight, becoming slight or moderate later. Mainly fair, rain later, moderate or good. Outlook for the following 24 hours. Southwesterly 4 to 6, veering northwesterly 3 to 5, then becoming variable 2 to 4. Slight or moderate, becoming smooth or slight. Rain for a time at first. Good, becoming moderate or poor for a time at first. North Foreland to Selsey Bill, strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. Southwesterly 3 or 4, increasing 5 or 6. Smooth or slight, becoming slight or moderate later. Mainly fair, occasional rain later. Good, occasionally moderate later. Outlook for the following 24 hours. Southwesterly 5 or 6, becoming variable 2 to 4, then westerly or southwesterly 4 or 5 later. Slight or moderate, becoming smooth or slight later. Rain for a time at first. Good, becoming moderate or poor for a time at first. Selsey Bill to Lyme Regis, strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. Variable mainly northwest 2 to 4, becoming west or southwest 4 to 6. Smooth or slight, becoming slight or moderate. Fair, occasional rain later. Moderate or good, occasionally poor later. Outlook for the following 24 hours. Southwest 4 to 6, veering west or northwest 2 to 4. Moderate, becoming slight later. Rain for a time at first. Good, occasionally poor at first. Lyme Regis to Land's End, including the Isles of Scilly. Strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. West or southwest 4 to 6, veering northwest 4 or 5 later. Slight or moderate, becoming rough for a time near the Isles of Scilly. Drizzle at times, moderate or good, occasionally poor. Outlook for the following 24 hours. Northwest 2 to 4, backing west 3 to 5 later. Rough at first near the Isles of Scilly, otherwise slight or moderate, mainly fair, good. Land's End to St David's Head, including the Bristol Channel. Strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. Southwest 4 to 6, veering northwest 3 to 5 later. Slight or moderate, becoming moderate or rough for a time in west. Occasional rain or drizzle, moderate or good, occasionally poor. The outlook for the following 24 hours. North or northwest 3 to 5, backing west 2 to 4 later. Moderate or rough at first near Land's End, otherwise slight or moderate. Mainly fair, moderate or good. St David's Head, Great Orme's Head, including St George's Channel. Strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. Southerly or southwesterly 4 to 6, occasionally 7 in north, veering northwest 3 to 5 later. Slight or moderate, occasionally rough later near St David's Head. Rain or drizzle at times. Fair later, moderate or good, occasionally poor until later. Outlook for the following 24 hours. Northerly or northwesterly 3 to 5, backing westerly or southwesterly 4 or 5. Slight or moderate, mainly fair, moderate or good. Great Orme Head to the Mull of Galway. Strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. Southwesterly 4 to 6, occasionally 7 later in north, veering northerly 3 to 5 later. Slight or moderate, becoming smooth or slight later. Rain at times. Frontal. Good, occasionally moderate at first, and poor later. Outlook for the following 24 hours. Northwesterly, backing westerly or southwesterly 3 to 5. Smooth or slight, occasionally moderate later. Mainly fair, good. Isle of Man, strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. South or southwest 5 or 6, veering northwest 4 or 5 later. Then backing west or northwest 3 or 4 later. Moderate becoming slight later. Rain becoming fair later. Moderate or good, occasionally poor, becoming good later. Outlook for the following 24 hours. West or northwest 3 or 4, backing southwest 4 or 5. Slight becoming slight or moderate later. Fair, good. Loch Foiled, Carlingford Loch. Strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. Westerly or southwesterly 4 to 6, veering northerly or northwesterly 3 to 5 for a time. Slight or moderate, occasionally rough in north. Rain for a time, moderate or good, becoming poor for a time. Outlook for the following 24 hours. Southwesterly 4 to 6, occasionally 7 in north. Slight or moderate, but moderate or rough in far north. Mainly fair, then showers. Good. Mull of Galloway to Mull of Kintyre, including the Firth of Clyde and North Channel. Strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. Southerly or southwesterly 4 to 6, veering westerly or northwesterly 3 to 5. Slight or moderate. Rain for a time. Fair later. Good, becoming moderate or poor for a time. Outlook for the following 24 hours. Westerly or northwesterly, backing southwesterly 3 to 5. Smooth or slight, occasionally moderate. Mainly fair, good. Mull of Kintyre to Ardnamurchan Point. Strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. Southwesterly 4 to 6, veering westerly 4 or 5. Moderate or rough. Rain, showers later. Good, becoming moderate or poor for a time. Outlook for the following 24 hours. Westerly backing southwesterly 4 to 6, occasionally 7 in north. Moderate or rough, becoming very rough near western Tiree. Showers, good, occasionally moderate. The Minch. Strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. Southwest 4 to 6, occasionally 7 near Cape Wrath. Slight or moderate, occasionally rough near entrances. Rain, then showers. Good, occasionally poor at first. Outlook for the following 24 hours. Southwest 4 or 5, increasing 6 or 7, occasionally gale 8. Slight or moderate, occasionally rough near entrances, becoming moderate or rough, occasionally very rough later in south. Showers, good, occasionally moderate. Ardnamurchan Point to Cape Wrath. Strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. Southwest 4 to 6, occasionally 7 near Cape Wrath. Moderate or rough. Rain, then showers. Good, occasionally poor at first. Outlook for the following 24 hours. Southwest 4 or 5, increasing 6 or 7, occasionally gale 8. Rough, becoming rough or very rough. Showers. Good, occasionally moderate. Shetland Isles. Strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. South 4 or 5, increasing 6 or 7, then veering southwest 4 to 6. Moderate or rough, rain for a time. Good, becoming moderate or poor for a time. For coastal areas up to 60 nautical miles from Lerwick, Shetland. Strong wind warning. General situation. Low pressure will be slow moving across Iceland with a southwesterly flow covering Shetland waters. Atlantic frontal trough will move east at first. Forecast. Southerly veering southwesterly 4 to 6, occasionally 7 at first in northwest. Moderate or rough, rain at first, then fair, good. Occasionally moderate or poor at first. Outlook for 12 hours. Southwest 4 or 6, moderate or rough, but slight just east of Shetland. Mainly fair, occasional showers, mainly good. Channel Islands. Strong wind warning. 24-hour forecast. Northwest 2 to 4, backing southwest by mid-morning, increasing 5 in the far north and decreasing variable 1 to 3 in the far south by midday, generally increasing southwest 4 to 6 in the evening. Slight, locally moderate with a low swell, locally rather rough in the north of the area from mid-afternoon. Rain in the far northwest of the area late evening. Good, perhaps locally moderate later. Outlook for the following 24 hours. Southwest 4 to 5, veering northwesterly 1 to 3 by late morning, increasing 2 to 4 in the evening. Slight to moderate, decreasing smooth to slight by midday with a low swell throughout. Rain spreading southeastward, perhaps locally heavy, likely becoming confined to the south by midday, then clearing late evening. Good, occasionally moderate, locally poor at times. And that concludes the shipping forecast.